Hey all, Kurt Sasso here from TGT Media at Super Summer Comic Con. I had to think about that for a second. With the amazing, talented comic artist, Jay Torres. How are you doing today?
Good, thanks.
You know, this is a first time for a summer comic convention. What are you thinking of it so far?
Well, it's very different because it's part of the family fun day here at St. Clair College. So there's a mix of, comic fans and the type of people who generally come to a Comic Con, and people off the street who are here for just a fun day with the family. So it's an interesting mix. I think it's good for the industry and good for comics to have new people exposed to this kind of thing. So overall, it's been fun, and there's a lot of people here.
It's amazing. You know, you've done some amazing work over the past many years in the comic industry. What comic series has stuck with you throughout the years that you've appreciated it for its inspirational value?
Well, I've worked on a lot of stuff, both freelance and both creator-owned. Teen Titans Go is getting a lot of attention here today. I wrote that series for about 4 years. I worked on it for 4 years. And there's a few Teen Titans Go cosplayers here. So it's great to see that even though it's 4 or 5 years after the show ended, 4 or 5 years, or maybe even more, since the comic series ended, that there's still a fandom out there, and people are still picking up the comics, which is great. So that's kind of stuck with me for a long time. And basically, in terms of my creator-owned stuff, whatever I'm working on right now tends to be my favorite and the one that I like the most. So right now, I'm gonna have to say Bigfoot Boy, which is a graphic novel series that I'm writing and Faith Aaron Hicks is drawing. 2 volumes are out now. The 3rd volume is out in September. It's nominated for a Schuster this year. So it's great.
The younger generation are coming through and they're looking to you for inspiration, or as an inspirational person.
You're making me feel old. Thanks.
You're welcome. How can they inspire the generation that follows them?
I think just do stuff that you love, because I think it shows in your work. If you like what you're doing, if you like the stories you're writing, if you like the stories that you're drawing, it shows. And that's the best thing, people see your work and they enjoy it. And my guess, that's how I got inspired. So my guess is if you do good work, somebody picks it up. They in turn may be inspired to do the work of their own, write stories, draw stories of their own.
And, you're successful professionally. Do you consider yourself personally successful?
Personally successful? Sure. I don't know. I guess. I've got 2 kids. I've got a wife. Still paying off a mortgage. Maybe when the mortgage is paid off. 1 of 2 cars is paid for. Maybe when the 2nd car is paid for. I don't know. I could be fitter. I don't know how to answer that question. Personally successful to an extent. Sure.
And finally, True Patriot is out in print. It's an amazing book there. How did you get involved with True Patriot?
It actually started with me and a bunch of friends like Jay Bowen and Scott Chandler. We would see each other at shows like this and talk about Canadian superheroes and wanted to do our own Canadian heroes. And after a few years of just a lot of that kind of talk and hearing from other people with the same desire to do a Canadian superhero book, I finally pulled the trigger and said, guys, why don't we get together and put a book together? Around that time, which was about 3 years ago, the Kickstarter Indiegogo thing, the crowdfunding comics thing, it started to rev up, and we thought, why don't we give it a shot? We did. The first one was funded via Indiegogo, and it did really well. We sold out of the first print run. This is the 2nd print run, trade paperback. Available soon. This is an advanced copy. And we're wrapping up the 2nd volume right now, which was crowdfunded through Kickstarter. Hopefully that'll be ready soon. And hopefully we'll sell out of that, which is a hardcover as well, and do a trade paperback like this one sometime next year. So maybe if I come back here next year, there'll be the True Patriot 2 trade paperback too.
That's great. That's amazing. And is there any place we can go to see any of your work or know more about yourself online?
Well, I'm on Twitter at JTorresComics and on Facebook, also JTorresComics. True Patriot CMX Comics on Twitter and Facebook as well.
You know, Jade, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your time here.
Thank you, my pleasure. You're watching Two Geeks Talking.